Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now, I do this series, sort of loose series, I do them every so often, called Am I a Chap? And in these videos, basically the format is gentlemen send me images of themselves suitably attired and I will make some observations and some comments on their style. Not critique, no negativity, it's all positivity here. The goal is for us chaps who like dressing well and maybe making dressing well part of our style ethos as we go through life, when we see how other gentlemen are dressed, maybe from other parts of the world, it inspires us, it motivates us, it gives us the confidence to dress to make a difference ourselves. So today, I am very much looking forward to telling you about a gentleman called Lassie. I hope I am saying the name correctly because Lassie, or Lass, however you say it, joins us from Ecuador in South America. I have never been to South America. It's been long a desire of mine to visit Chile, in fact. I very, very nearly went there on a holiday once, on an adventure holiday, but I had to cancel it because I took up a new job and that job wouldn't allow me to have the leave to go on that trip. So I lost an opportunity to go to Chile, but one day, definitely. And of course, Ecuador is not terribly far from Chile, so I understand where it is. So let me tell you about Lassie as I show you his image and tell you what he's written to me. He says, I've always enjoyed watching your videos and I've definitely learned a lot from you. As an active member of a menswear group on Facebook, I often challenge the group's perspective on style, showing that it's possible to look casual, yet still well-dressed. I thought it might be fun to contribute some images to your viewers' outfit breakdown. I am 33 years of age and live in Manta, Ecuador, a beach town where the dress code for men is very relaxed. I work from home as a teacher. I love gardening. I have 3 dogs. All of these things naturally influence my style to lean towards more casual. I describe my style as casually elegant. I enjoy incorporating soft tailoring while adding casual twists to keep my outfits approachable and unfussy, whether it's pairing a tailored jacket with jeans or wearing a relaxed suit with loafers. I aim for a balance that feels true to my lifestyle while remaining refined. And here we are. So I should say Lassie or Lass, I do apologise, I'm probably butchering your name, but it's meant with the greatest of respect and intent, that he sent me loads of images. So I picked some which are the more appealing to my eye and we're going to break them down and just make some observations. So here's the first one. And as we see, Lassie, I do apologise if I'm not saying it right, looks absolutely superb for what I would describe as a smart casual gentleman, maybe out and about, in town, walking around, seeing what's going on in the world. Let's start, as I often do, from the ground up. And we see a pair of brown leather loafers and a mid-brown, so a very flexible colour choice for a gentleman. What I also see is the loafer is being worn with socks. Big up for you on that, sir. I don't care how hot it is, wherever you live in the world. I still think that if you're wearing shoes which cover the entirety of your feet, not sandals or things like this, if you're wearing shoes, you should be wearing socks. I don't care what you say, whether you say, you know, Sonny Crockett in Miami Vice didn't wear socks or whatever. Socks are a practical addition to your outfit. It's not about being stylish, it's about absorbing perspiration, reducing malodorous situations in life. This gentleman has gone for a nice pair of penny loafers, which look rather splendid. They look very practical, they look good. Let's move up the body. Let us have a look at the chinos. We are looking at a pair of khaki coloured chinos, which have a pleated front, somewhat more traditional in nature. We also see a great crease. Good start. You know, hard sometimes with chinos to maintain the crease. I wear chinos an awful lot. I do iron them, but by lunchtime that crease has gone south. You've done a good job if you can keep the crease in them. You can do some trickery, put a bit of soap down the inside of the crease so it keeps that crease a bit better, but there we go. We have a turn-up, and quite a hefty turn-up we see at the bottom, or a cuff as you may call it, to the bottom of the trouser. I think it's rather in keeping. The break is just about right. Yeah, looks good. I like them. What we do note though with these chino trousers, not being worn with a belt. I don't know whether there's a side adjuster or something of that nature, or maybe even, it's possible, he could of course be wearing suspenders or braces. But I actually like to see gentlemen wearing trousers without a belt. For me, the first thing I think when I see a man with trousers like this, no belt displayed, the trousers fit perfectly. It indicates the trousers are a great fit and you don't need a belt to hold them up. As I say, I don't know if there are suspenders here, but that's just my thought. It's somebody often who takes care of themselves, who takes care of their clothes, and the trousers fit perfectly. Moving up the body, what we see is what I would describe as an odd jacket or a blazer or a sports jacket. There's numerous names for a jacket which is not matching with the trousers. What we see is a sort of navy coloured, notch lapel, single-breasted, 2-button jacket. We've got what looks like patch pockets, so it's quite a casual outfit. It looks to me that it's got a bit of, it could be linen. Yeah, it's an altogether very serviceable garment. Nice wide lapels, indicating that it's somebody who's thought carefully about the clothing that they're buying. Thin lapels these days tend to indicate sort of throwaway fashion. This garment I like a great deal. Yeah, really nice. I mean, I own a jacket or two that looks just like this. Very smart. Pocket square on display, obviously. Any man who's part of a menswear style group on Facebook is going to take care of the details. Let's look at the shirt. We've got a button-down collar, light blue, looks to be a linen or linen blended shirt. Hot climate, exactly the sort of thing you'd expect. For me personally, I have made a point never to wear a tie with a button-down collar shirt. I just feel it's one or the other. You're wearing a button-down collar shirt, you don't wear a tie, but it's not a hard and fast rule, only for me. But it looks okay in this situation. Let's look at the tie. It's a woven tie, which is, I would suggest, fastened in a 4-in-hand knot. And I love the rather laissez-faire way in which the tail of the tie is ever so slightly longer than the front. And it's not being held in perfect synchronicity, you know, by a tie bar. This to me is a little touch of sprezzatura, and it looks good. I like it. I like it when knitted ties, woven ties are worn in this fashion with a little bit of devil-may care. I don't care if it's a little bit longer at the back than the front. It's the perfect length down to the waistband. This is a pretty damn good walking around outfit for a casual day. You know, even the length of the sleeves, I can just see maybe 1/4 of an inch of the shirt sleeves protruding from the bottom of the jacket sleeves. It's looking good. Really nice execution of casual clothing. Let's move swiftly on, because as I say, a number of images were supplied, so I want to try and get through as many as we can. We've moved now, same jacket, but maybe a little more formal. This is showing how with just a few touches, we can turn up the dial of our style volume measurement and become a little smarter with just a few alterations. Let's look at the footwear as usual. What we see is a pair of Derby black leather shoes, Derby lacing style. Yeah, they're all right. Pretty standard sort of day-to-day shoe. No shine, you know, as such, no mirror shine. They're okay, you know, I don't love them. They're not my sort of shoe, but, you know, I'm quite a specific guy. Let's look upwards as we move up from the shoe. And we see, of course, a gentleman who now has gone for the traditional, in that we see a grey trouser. It may be flannel, I would suggest it most likely is. It's a flat-fronted trouser, so no pleats this time. It's cuffed at the bottom, so it's got a little turn up, slightly more than the usual, but it's a perfect break, in my opinion, on the shoes. A fabulous crease on the trousers as well. And again, a trouser which is worn without a belt, because I'm going to suggest there's probably a side adjuster, which is more likely on more formal trousers like this, and it fits perfectly. All right, again, To me, this is an indication this might even be a bespoke or tailored pair of trousers because they fit so well, you do not need to wear a belt. That is the ultimate sign of luxury, in my opinion. So moving on, let's look at the image, the upper part of the image. So what we are seeing, of course, is the same jacket I believe we just saw, but this time it's worn in a slightly more formal manner. So this time, and what makes it more formal, of course, is the fact of the shirt and the tie and the trousers. And the shoes, black, of course, formal colour. I can't quite tell, it's either white or a very light shade of pink. It's hard to tell. I'm wearing a very light shade of pink shirt at the moment. It probably looks white on the camera. But in this instance, it's a cutaway collar, and we see at the neck a green, predominantly green tie with a repeating white coloured motif running throughout the tie. Again, looks like a 4-in-hand, this time with a pronounced dimple. Again, the tail of the tie has not been slotted into the little holder behind, and it is visible behind, and it's tucked into the trousers. Again, for me, little touch of sprezzatura. This is somebody who's demonstrating, I have mastery of my clothing and I'm happy to wear it in this way. Again, pocket square. This time a little bit more formed with a few peaks. It's been folded with a bit more effort. This again is a nice outfit. Things I would change there, I'm not in love with the shoes, if I'm being honest. You probably picked up on that. I notice also at the left wrist we have some sort of bracelet, band, whatever. I know these can be a friendship band or whatever people call them these days. For me, it just looks a little untidy. An intentionally well-dressed man maybe detracts from his appearance by adding these items, but each to their own, not doing anything other than telling you what I like here. The length of the sleeve, we're getting about an inch below the sleeve of the jacket. That's kind of top end. Anything more than an inch looks as if the sleeve is too short of the jacket. Too much shirt sleeve displayed. Over an inch, I would suggest a little bit too much. You know, a quarter to half an inch is the Goldilocks spot. But for me, I like the outfit a great deal. I particularly like the marriage, the classic really. It's the navy blazer with grey flannel slacks, and I like the tie. The tie works well. Green and blue, not great bedfellows, but here it works well. I'm going to swiftly move on because there are a few more images, which I'll jump forward to one maybe a little more casual again. And this time, a gentleman in a warm climate, maybe walking around, you might see this quite often. Let's look at the outfit. The shoes, again, are the brown loafers we saw in our first image, worn with socks. Classy, elegant, I like them. Of course, they have something of a dull luster to them. I don't know, they may have a satin finish. They may desire a bit more polish, but whatever your particular take is. Let's look at the trousers. Here we have more of a brown. It looks to be a linen trouser, although I do see a crease. The man has made the effort, there is a crease. Again, a turn-up, about 2 inches of turn-up. So again, a little bit more. This is clearly a signature style for this gentleman, and it works rather well for Lassie. Again, a trousers for which he doesn't require a belt, and I can just about now see, I think, that there is a side adjuster on this trouser. It's a pleated trouser, double pleats, 2 pleats on each side. Again, much more classy and elegant, the pleated front, and yeah, I really like it. Clearly this is a trousers, again, might have been even made for the gentleman. It's perfect fit. I love the colour, and yeah, what can you say? Works well. On the upper body, we have what appears to be, again, a single-breasted, 2-button, notch lapel. Could easily be a linen jacket again. In a lighter colour, maybe looks to be a grey colour, and yeah, looks to be very similar in design to the blue one we've seen in the previous 2 images. Patch pockets, wider notch lapels. Looks good. This is how a gentleman perhaps moseying around on a warm day would dress. The shirt looks to be an off-white shirt, or it could be white, just the colour of my camera here. Normal collar, peak collar on the shirt, open 2 buttons, looks to be sort of a linen collar, a linen shirt material. Very, very casual, calming, warm day. This looks superb, doesn't it? The standout item here for me are the trousers. excellent look. A pocket square, a green and white, maybe a paisley pocket square. Cutting a dash, this fellow. You know, he's living in a warm climate. He knows how to dress for it. So yeah, pretty good indeed. Can't fault it. So Lassie, I know you sent many, many more images, but I thought I'd pick those 3 out because for me, they are a perfect example of a gentleman coping with a hot climate who also wishes to dress well and add those little touches. The little touches of sprezzatura, the way that you wear your tie, having trousers which are clearly exceptionally well made, no need to wear a belt, always adhering to pocket squares and dressing one's outfit, you know, as is appropriate for the situation that you find yourself in. An excellent gentleman's set of clothes for where you live in the world and the time in which you inhabit. Thank you, sir, for sending the images in. You are truly a chap. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed sharing these images and perhaps being inspired by Lassie or Lasse on his journey through life, how he dresses. Maybe it helps you on your journey too. Maybe you would like to share your images with me also. To do so, I remind you, all you need to do is send me some images, top to toe, as much definition as possible, so that I can include them in a video just like this. There will be no negativity. It will be merely us being inspired by you, whatever your style happens to be. It'll be my pleasure. You will find my email address on the screen now. Send them in. I look forward to receiving them and making a video just like this in the future. Thank you for watching today. Like the video, subscribe for more. If you'd like to support me here, you could buy me a coffee, one-off thing, or even for a tiny monthly fee, you can become a member of my Patreon community, in which you will receive extra videos each week and a personal dialogue with me, as well as an early invite to the events which I undertake throughout the year. You'll find the link to become involved with that in the show notes below this video. So until the next time, take care. I'll see you all very soon.